Welcome to MonoGame Part 8. Today we're gonna create multiple enemies that are able to die. Alright, and in order to get multiple enemies at the screen at once, we're gonna have to remove our private enemy field in the Game 1 class. First, let's start with removing this, like so, and instead of that we're gonna add another thing. We're gonna add private list, and then enemy. Instead of creating just one enemy, now we'll be able to create an entire list of enemies, so that we'll be able to have multiple enemies at once. And next up, in the Game 1 constructor, we will initialize our list, and we'll write the following: enemies equals new list enemy, and this will just create new enemies from our list. And instead of this right here, we'll write the following: enemies dot add, and then we'll put this between all brackets. And instead of creating just an entire new enemy, we'll create a new enemy, but we'll add it to our existing enemy list. So we'll get an entire list of all our enemies. Alright, and you might have noticed that we have some errors right here, and that's all because we have removed our element enemy. And we're gonna change that. So first we're gonna go to our update constructor, and we'll just remove the entire thing from enemy, and we'll replace it with a for each loop. And we'll do that because there is a list of enemies, and for each individual item in that list, it must update it, and it will loop through each item. And we have the same problem with our draw code, because now we can't just draw one single enemy. We have to create an entire list, and that will be in the same way as before, and we will loop through the entire list by just removing our old code and replacing it with the following code. And this should be a draw, just like so. And the only thing left to fix right now is our collision, which is up here in the update constructor. And in the update constructor, we'll remove our anything behind the double end logos for our player projectile and enemy projectile, and we'll replace whatever is inside this block of code. We'll replace it with another for each loop. I know it's getting repetitive, but it's just what we need to do. And in this case, it will just loop through all the enemies and check if there are any collisions with our projectiles and the enemies. Alright, it's fun and all that we can now have multiple enemies and detect when our projectiles need to be removed, but it would be way more fun if our enemies would actually die. And in order to do that, we will have to edit this for each loop and change it into a for loop. And the enemy in enemies has to go too, because we will be replacing it with a whole lot of different codes, and it may seem complicated at first, but essentially all this does is looping through our list of enemies in reverse order. And if you take your time to look at the code, it will probably make a little bit more sense. I could explain it, but I have to get going. In the entire for loop, we'll be putting the following code, and in this it will just, and this following piece of code will just know which of the enemies in our entire list is hit, and then it will remove that given enemy when the enemy and projectile overlaps. And we've added all this to our code. This is fun and all. We've created a lot of code which enables us to create enemies, but we haven't actually created the enemies themselves. So before we do that, we will add another timer class, and we'll do that right up here. We'll add the following: private timer enemy creation timer. And because we don't want our enemies to be spawning constantly, we want them to spawn after a certain given period of time. And we will then create our timer: enemy creation timer equals new timer, and I don't know, let's say give it 2.0 seconds. So this timer will just go off every 2 seconds, and I've put this in the wrong location, so just copy it and put it right around here above our enemy's head. And we should of course start the timer. And we will do this right around here. Enemy creation timer. Start timer. So, oh, I forgot the brackets, like so. And now we have a timer, but we haven't actually set it to create anything and when the timer has run down. So we'll go down to our update method. We'll put it right here under our enemy update. And we'll create the following. We'll create a if statement. And inside the if statement, we'll do exclamation mark enemy creation timer dot active. And this essentially says, yo, when our creation timer isn't active, so when it has run down, just start the timer again. And of course, the most important thing, spawn our enemy. And we'll do this in the following: enemies dot add new enemy, and we'll open another bracket, this comma new vector2, and we'll have another bracket, screen width, and this will be our location 0.0f, and this essentially makes our enemies just be created at the very top of our right corner of our screen. And below this we will put the following: enemy creation timer dot update, and we'll write the following: game time, just like so. And right now everything should be working, but you always see that I forgot something. And if you run our code, you'll see that a window pops up. Doesn't pop up because I forgot something. One moment please, I'm a bit stupid. Of course I'm this stupid. I've just tried to start a timer before actually creating the timer, so be sure to create the timer first and then ask to start the timer. This is much more logical, but I've just looked over it. It's been a long time since I've worked on this project, and as you can see, we have one enemy and we have two enemies, and when I hit the enemy, they will actually die. I will wait a second or two just to let the enemies pile up. As you can see, there are multiple enemies being created, and it's already getting a lot harder to, you know, dodge all the shit. But when I hit the enemies with my bullets, you'll see the enemies will actually start to die, and, you know, everything works. So there was a very smooth experience. Only one problem, which was just me being stupid. So I hope this all works for you, and I'm back, baby.